Yeah, so we have some really awesome laptops that I want to show you that you guys carry at the Microsoft Store, and something that you guys don't, but we'll talk about them. And these are three of the best-selling laptops that we have here at MSI. Let's dig into it. This is the GE 63 Raider. It's a 15.6-inch laptop that basically can run anything that you want to play on the go. It has a great form factor for those that that are looking for something that's portable and able to play AAA titles like Destiny or Call of Duty World War II, Battlefront 2. This guy can handle it all.
And where did the graphics start on this?
So this one starts at 1060,
okay.
and it can go up to 1070. And with that much power and with the newest Intel i7 processor, you can basically run anything. It comes with the M.2 SSD. Some of the configurations come with NVMe, and then there's also space for a 2.5-inch hard drive.
Okay, so this thing is raging fast. I mean, it's just blistering fast. It's
Absolutely.
Amazing. So, quite a few options for storage too. Yeah. Tell me about those.
So the laptop comes with enough ports for VR capability, so you can plug in your HTC Vive into all these ports. You have, oops, I just turned it off. You have your Ethernet, your HDMI, your MDP, the USB 3.0 that lights up, and you have Thunderbolt on the side and your audio on one end. On the other end, you have two more USB ports that will light up, and also a SD card reader. And on the front side, you can see that the keyboard is all lit up. This is a new SteelSeries per key RGB keyboard that is new on this specific laptop. You can customize each key on this laptop and have it cycle through the different functions. With this, there's some hotkey buttons on the side, and there is the SteelSeries app button right here. So with one press of the button, you can actually change the different preset layouts of your keyboard. So with the SteelSeries app, you can set it to WASD to light up. You can set different functions, different macros for each of the keys, and with just one press of the button, you can cycle through all of them.
That's actually a really nice feature. I know when I'm playing games, I have a keyboard that also lights up, but I have to do it through software, right? So I think this is actually a really cool feature to be able to change this on the fly while in game, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then to keep everything cool and performance is something that's very important to us. We have Cooler Boost technology that's in this, and that means there's going to be 7 heat pipes, copper heat pipes, cooling down the CPU and the GPU. And with actually one press of the button, there's a Cooler Boost function where you can turn the fans up to 100%.
Oh yeah, I can hear those. You can hear those kick on.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm going nuts playing some Assassin's Creed Origins, I can just crank that baby up. Huh?
Yeah, and it won't burn your lab, But most of the time, you're not going to be able to. You're not going to, even use it at 100%.
Sure, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cycle that back.
Tell me a little bit about the screen on this one. It's 15.6-inch screen, but what options are available for the screen?
So on this laptop, there's only the 15.6-inch 1080p, and it has 120 hertz, 3 milliseconds. So
that's amazing. I mean, 120 hertz. I mean, you only see that on some of the highest end monitors out there today. So that's pretty amazing to get that kind of refresh rate.
Mm-hmm. So we were one of the first to roll out, the 120 hertz screen panels, and people loved it. Gamers love it because of how smooth it is. And on some of the other models, you'll see G-Sync being enabled on those panels too.
Okay. So FreeSync and G-Sync on this one, or just
120 hertz is going to be G-Sync.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So this form factor is pretty good, but we got something that's even better, that's even slimmer and lighter than the Raider, and that's this guy right here. This is the GS73. This is a 17.3-inch iteration of the GS. There's a 15.6-inch monitor size of this. This is 0.69 inches thin. It's super thin, super light, but it has all the ports of this Raider, as you can see on both sides. But this laptop is something that is a premium portable laptop.
Yeah, that thing is super thin. I mean, you can probably see how thin that thing is. I mean, it's just amazing. For a gaming laptop, with the kind of power this thing has, that's amazingly thin. That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people like to travel with this. You know, AAA titles like Overwatch, League of Legends, Dota, you're not gonna have a problem running, you know, this with this laptop at all. Um, I've been able to get 2 games of League, you know, on 1 battery charge. So even when I'm in on the plane, I can play games.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing it has that much I/O as well on it. Even
Yeah.
even RJ45. I mean, to get hardwired network is really unusual in a device this thin.
Yeah.
I would think so.
And it, you know, same as this, it has all the ports for VR. So if you want to, you know, if you have your HTC Vive or any other mixed reality headset, you can plug it in and it's good to go. This laptop being so portable starts with the GTX 1050, and it can range all the way from 1050 up to a 1070 Max Q. And what's really cool about this is that the Cooler Boost function, the Cooler Boost Trinity, keeps it very passively quiet. The 3 fans on it, 2 of them which cools the GPU and 1 which cools the CPU, doesn't turn on unless you're actually gaming. So when you're surfing the web or you're, you know, watching some videos, it's not going to ramp up. It's not going to create any sound. So this laptop is great for portable traveling.
Yeah, that's great. And tell me what screen options are available for this guy.
So this one, the 17-inch, comes with a 4K version and also a 17-inch 1080p 120 hertz.
Okay.
So you can get either the fast refresh rate or you can get, you know, the super pixels. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's amazing.
You can get the Ultra HD.
It's such a hard decision.
Yeah, right. But the Ultra HD is great because it, you know, with the 4K you get G-Sync. So, you know, if you don't, you're not going to experience screen tearing anyways with the 4K.
Sure.
Yeah. So on that one, the keyboard is RGB, but doesn't have as much functions as this one. We're going to slowly roll that out to future GS models. So you don't have that per key, you know, customization, but you do have zones, so you can control different zones. And it has Game Sense, which is pretty cool. If you're playing Counter-Strike Go and you set Game Sense on, if you're low on HP or ammo, it'll actually flash different zones telling you that, hey, your HP is low, and it'll flash, you know, yellow if your HP is at 50%, if it'll flash red when it's at like 20%.
So not just blood dripping across
Yeah.
my face, I actually see it on the keyboard
Yes,
as well.
you'll get a visual feedback as well from the laptop.
Nice.
Which is very cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
And then going on, this is the Titan. This is the desktop replacement. This is a laptop that I want. So this one has all the best features of all our you know, our laptop line. It goes up to a GTX 1070 SLI. The other configuration is one single 1080 or one single 1070. And we kept it to a 17.3-inch screen, you know, just for the form factor. But you can either choose between 4K G-Sync or 120 hertz 3 milliseconds.
Wow.
Yeah. So what's really cool is this keyboard is a proprietary mechanical switch from SteelSeries. It's similar to the Cherry MX Silver, and it has very short actuation distance, and it has a very good click when you actually click through the video. When you actually click the
Yeah, that has a
button.
great mechanical key feel, no
Yeah.
question.
So, you know, we had to thin it down from the original, you know, Cherry switches because it was just so thick and made the laptop.
Oh yeah,
overall,
they're huge keys. I mean,
Yeah.
they're really big. So that's actually really great that you're doing a proprietary design on this.
Yeah, and with a per key RGB, again, with the same as this, with this one button press, you can change through the different preset modes on, you know, your keyboard. So you can customize it however you like.
And then with software, I can go in and customize anything. in
Yeah,
your
you
per
can
key.
add other templates to cycle through, or even macros for certain keys, you know, depending on the game that you play.
Yeah, that's great.
On this one, also it has, you know, that turbo boost function again. This one's turbo boost Titan, so
Oh yeah,
it's gonna
sounds like a jet airplane.
yeah.
It really is going to cool that thing off if I'm playing games. That's
This
amazing.
thing is awesome. It has 14 heat pipes, so
Wow.
yeah, it's gonna keep those SLI GPUs cool.
I guess you need it. If you have SLI in there, you're generating a ton of heat.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And you know, you don't want your computer to throttle you back. So that's why we baked that function in. And what's really cool about this one is there's also an XSplit button. So with one press, you can start streaming. So as long as you set up your accounts to Facebook or YouTube or whatever, with one press, you can start streaming your game if you're already in game and you forgot.
Wow.
So
Let's show off this guy a little bit, shall we? I'm going to pick this thing up.
You got it.
It is really a desktop replacement. You can see that it is a desktop replacement. It is big.
Yeah.
But it has all the power of a desktop, so there's no compromises here.
Exactly. Intel 7820HK, and all the ports again for VR, and yeah, this one can hold up to two 2.5-inch hard drives or SSDs, and it can do M.2 RAID. So some configurations come with two M.2 NVMe's, and they're so fast they can go up to 3,300 megabytes a second.
So I can have 4 devices for storage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So some people I've seen put 2 terabyte, 2 terabyte SSDs in there, and then also the NVMe drives. It's just massive storage.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody.
So I don't have
really
to pick and choose what game to install. I can install all my games.
You can install everything. Yeah, I know games are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they are.
Battlefront's like 70 gigs, so it's not a problem.
So Lenny, with Windows 10 running on all these devices, one of the features I love with the Fall Creators Update is we just released one of the big new features of Windows, which is mixed reality.
Yeah.
And so Microsoft is now in the game, and we had some launch partners, and these devices have been selling out for Black Friday, and they're great virtual reality devices to support our mixed reality features in Windows. And I know that the Raider series is one that's mixed reality badged.
Yep.
So this device is certified to run with Microsoft partner device headsets. So you'll see those devices from other partners out there today, but they'll actually run with this, not just Oculus and Vive, but it'll also run with all the Microsoft headsets available as well. So that's a phenomenal feature as well.
That is awesome. Yeah.
So the other feature we have in Windows that is getting a lot of popularity right now is broadcasting.
Yeah.
You can actually broadcast with Windows 10 on the fly. You just hit Windows G and then hit broadcast. You can set this up. And one of the things I noticed is with the MSI notebooks that it's super easy, and these all do a phenomenal job with Mixer and broadcasting, which I really love. What has your experience been with that?
I think Mixer is a really great platform for streaming, since everybody's getting into it, a lot of people are dabbling into streaming. Yeah, I know Mixer could be a very popular platform in the future. Just with Windows G, you can see your game stats and stream to certain accounts. It's pretty seamless.
Yeah, we make it super easy, right? It's built right into Windows.
Yeah.
Whereas with other platforms, you have to load a bunch of third-party software, right? So it just takes less system resources. So the broadcasting works actually really well.
I think you also told me about a different function of the Windows G, which kind of reduces the system load.
Yeah, so one of the other features in Windows 10 that we released recently was game mode, and this actually came out in the spring, but we've also tuned it up for the Fall Creators Update. And game mode basically eliminates system resources and allocates your system resources for gaming. That's a really good feature because, especially if you're running maybe one of these devices, say with a 1050, right? Then this allows you to set game mode and actually allocate all those resources to gaming, which is what you're doing, right? And so it's a phenomenal feature to give you that little extra boost in game.
So something like this with a lot of overhead, it's not going to see too much of an improvement in performance, but something that's you're running a 1050 or lower end, you'll see a
you're going to see it on devices that are not as performant, but something with a lot of headroom already. Game mode's not going to be that big of an improvement, but you'll certainly see it on an entry-level device. So there's definitely some value there for you.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I think, to wrap that up, we have some great promotions going on at the Microsoft Store. So if you check on the Microsoft Store website, or if you go into a Microsoft Store, you're going to see great discounts from MSI.
And Lenny, where else are you assorted in retail?
So we sell our laptops almost, in major retailers like Best Buy, Newegg, and Amazon. So you'll be able to find them anywhere.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time today. We really appreciate you sharing what you have, and we're really looking forward to playing with these devices more and seeing what you do with these devices more in the future.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yep, thank you.